Lots to do in the garden in October and the autumn. Welcome to Gardening with Ben. In today's video we're going to talk about what jobs you can do in the garden during October and the autumn period. Obviously there's not a lot growing at this time of year, but there is still plenty that you can grow in October, and this month we will be planting our shallots, as garlic, as onions, as broad beans, as spring bulbs. There's all them that you can plant this month, and those are the key ones that we're going to be planting. Over the next week we'll be getting those in the ground. We'll be making sure that they're netted over, because at this time of year there's not much food around for like the squirrels and the rats, so they will tend to try and pull them out, and the birds will pull out the onions as the shoots start appearing, and you have to end up putting them back in all the time. So keep them netted to protect them when you're growing. A lot of people also start them off in modules and then plant them out when they're a bit bigger, so that they can handle themselves a lot better. So have a look at getting some in the ground and getting some started if that's the only thing that you're going to be growing throughout the winter period, like myself, because I don't grow a lot as it struggles obviously with the weather and the climate. But yeah, those are the main things that we're going to be growing this winter time. We also use this month as a month for maintenance. Well, all throughout the autumn and winter months we use it as a time for maintenance down here at the plot. I don't get much chance in the spring and summertime, because in the spring and summer I'm sowing all my seeds, I'm potting them up, I'm keeping them watered, keeping them weed free, so there's not a lot of time to get to do all the maintenance work. So every year I like to choose a different area that I like to do up, invest a bit of money in, as I've not got a garden myself, so I don't mind spending a bit of money down here sometimes, and we'll do up an area. And as you've seen probably from previous videos, we've done all the top of our plot up this year, so we're going to have new plants in there, we're going to have spring bulbs in there. It's going to look absolutely gorgeous come springtime, and hopefully during next year we'll have some herbs in that area as well. I don't use herbs myself much, but it'll be nice to add them to the allotment, to have a nice little herb patch, and they'll smell absolutely gorgeous as well. So we're going to be doing all that as well. I also use it as a time for rebuilding my beds. I've got a lot of old wood and it tends to disintegrate, so I end up having to rebuild them all through the winter months, giving them all a lick of paint so that they'll last a few more years, and hopefully they will keep holding for a few more years to come. But yeah, we do all our beds up. We also weed them all as well, and if you've not got much time, people tend to cover them over with like black membrane to stop the weeds from growing until next year, but I tend to leave them uncovered, as it lets the frost in and it lets them break it up the soil a lot better, and yeah, it keeps them in good shape. Keep digging them over throughout the winter period, and then you'll have nice crumbly beds ready for next year for planting it. So we do all that. We'll also do a pruning to all our fruit trees if they need pruning, because that's when you prune your fruit trees, apart from anything that's got a stone inside it. So your plum, your nectarines, your cherries, you don't prune them throughout the winter period, you prune them towards end of summertime. So yeah, that is another big job that we do. We also like to give them a winter wash, which you can get the product from Amazon, and that's a case of spraying it on. It stops any moths from hibernating on them or any winter insects, so we protect them that way. We also put a green band around them to stop anything from crawling up them as well. So that is another job that we do throughout the winter period. And we also use it as a time for tidying up inside my polytunnel and inside my shed, getting all those ready for next year's growing. So there's plenty of jobs to be doing down here October throughout to springtime. At one time I used to pack up at the end of September and not come back down until January, and I was rushing at last minute to try and get it all done. But now I try and get as much done as possible so that I'm prepared, ready for next year's growing season down at the allotment. So It's great to keep outside. It's good for your mental health. It's great for your well-being, being outside. Yes, it may be colder, but wrap up like me and you'll be fine down at the plot, and you'll enjoy it, and it's good for you as well. So I hope you found them tips useful. Make sure you drop us a follow to stay up to date with all our videos. Until next time, everyone, remember, keep smiling, keep shining, and keep gardening with Ben, everyone.